Alright everyone, welcome back and it's time to go balls deep, and in this video I am going to explain Kashin Koji's character in the Boruto manga and what he represents in terms of the storyline, as well as a theory of how his character will play out, and I'm pretty confident this is what is going to happen. I'm going to explain all the evidence that we have so far regarding his plot twist that will come in the future, and yeah, I'm kinda saying it's factual because I'm 90% sure Kashin Koji will be used as a plot device to create a plot twist. He's a spy like Itachi that looks like Jiraiya. So without further ado, let's cue the intro. This video was made possible with NordVPN. If you need a VPN that helps protect you online, that is really fast across the whole globe, you go on dodgy websites, you want some privacy, you go to the cafe, you need some protection on your internet. So check out NordVPN. There's a discount code if you use Anime Balls Deep, which is 75% off. You get 1 month extra for free, and then there's a 30-day money back guarantee if you do not like the service. So go check it out, try it out if you want. The code is Anime Balls Deep for 75% off, pinned in the comment. So let's begin with describing Kashin Koji's character, and then we will talk about his agenda and what evidence do we have. So Kashin Koji is in the organization called Kara, similar to the concept of the Akatsuki. So Kara is a group of people led by Jigen. I like to say it like that. Jigen. Anyway, Jigen was recently revealed to be an alien with a 10 tails as his pet. I wonder what he's feeding that pet. Man looks really whole, really thick. So the true goal of Kara is not 100% confirmed yet. However, according to Kashin Koji, their agenda carries a sinister intent for the world at large. Kara has something called inner and outer members. Inner members are powerful people who are in charge of regions and take on important missions set by Jigen. So each Alright, I'm gonna stop that now. Each inner member of Kara seems to have a facial tattoo of a Roman numeral and wear a black hooded cloak with red lining. Outer members of Kara are people who are outside the complete goal and the agenda of the organization. So outer members are given missions to complete told by the inner members. This therefore establishes to us, by Kashin Koji being an inner member, having a tattoo under his mask maybe, this man is definitely someone formidable with power and has worked on his rank to be involved in Jigen's agenda. Similar to the concept of the Akatsuki. The Akatsuki wore cloaks with a red cloud and had rings that represent each member. So obviously the concept of Kara is heavily inspired from this, and as a writing technique it absolutely works. The writers of anime do this because to create a compelling and convincing villain, the villain must have motivations that the reader can understand, but at the same time moments of relatability that make the villain vulnerable and tragic. For example, when we look at Naruto, Pain, Sasuke and Madara all followed these ideals. Pain described the cycle of hatred perfectly. Madara believed in the infinite Tsukuyomi because he actually wanted peace, so on and so forth. You guys get the point. So in the case of Kashin Koji at the moment in Boruto, we believe that he is evil for the time being, but his actions are very questionable. Is he actually an anti-hero? Is he someone that has good intentions? Now in my opinion, I think this is the case. Let's talk about the evidence we can gather on what makes Kashin Koji a questionable character, where he is a spy like Itachi and looks like Jiraiya. So number one, Kashin Koji himself has already stated that he wants to defeat Jigen in many chapters. Number two, Kashin Koji has everything similar to Jiraiya: the white hair, the Rasengan, the boiler toad summoning, and now even the ability to use his frogs with the same Sage Mode type eyes. And it hasn't been confirmed if he has Sage Mode yet, but it seems plausible, and in my point of view he must have it. Otherwise, how is he so powerful? How did he become an inner member of Kara where they are so goddamn broken? Like, Delta took on Naruto pretty decently, and you need your character to be a real threat. We also have to consider the markings near his eyes. Maybe it's a tattoo, maybe it's like Jiraiya, we just don't know. Number three, we also have to consider that Kashin Koji knows about everything in Konoha. He does not set off the chakra detection system that the village has, where they detect foreign chakra entering and, you know, it alerts everyone, but he didn't alert anyone. Kashin Koji knows that Mitsuki is Orochimaru's son somehow. He also addresses Boruto with familiarity and calls him Boruto-kun, and Koji admits his fate resides with Konoha himself in chapter 16. Although this isn't all the information that we have on Kashin Koji on what makes him questionable, what makes him linked with Konoha, but I have already done a video discussing this on why he really looks like Jiraiya, so if you haven't seen that, please do go watch it and come back to this one. I don't want to focus on this subject a bit too much. But let's start off from beginning with the trail of evidence that we have on Kashin Koji's agenda. So in Boruto chapter 23 page 8, Koji states to Boruto's team that he is sorry that he has to kill them. He says, "Such bad luck. Honestly, I just wanted to say to you that all I wish for is to see more of your great endeavors, but I also have my own agenda." So Kashin Koji then defeats Konohamaru within 30 seconds, but then he witnesses Boruto's karma, right? And then Koji reacts so shockingly, like, oh my god, what the hell is going on? This is why he changes his mind in killing them, and he assumed Naruto would have the karma seal, but it was Boruto himself. Koji is researching the karma seal and he needs intel to find Jigen's weakness. That is his whole agenda. So he witnesses that Boruto used the karma for the first time and he passes out. Koji then decides, you know what, he says, I'm not gonna kill all these dudes, and he thanks them. He states, "Thank you for showing me such an interesting thing. I suppose I'll retreat for now." Kashin Koji's whole agenda is to be a spy in Kara, just like Itachi was in the Akatsuki. Koji wants Jigen defeated no matter what, so he is researching the karma as much as possible since it is linked to his alien powers. Why would Koji say he is sorry to Konohamaru before attempting to kill him if he wasn't trying to make the right choice? When Itachi was originally in Naruto and we had no clue what his backstory was, we all felt the same way. Why didn't Itachi kill Naruto, Sasuke or Kakashi when he had the chances? We all had the same questions, but then the plot twist happened and we all got mind blown. So the same thing is going to happen to us again. Kashin Koji is an anti-hero. He is becoming a compelling character just like Itachi, because why characters make harmful choices is more important than what choices they make. If your readers can imagine doing the same thing given the same circumstances, that's what makes your character amazing and relatable. A solid motivation is a great way to build a villain character or anti-hero that he thinks the end justifies the means. Villains are the hero of their own story. They're doing what's right to them because it's based on their own moral code. For example, when we look at Itachi Uchiha, he decided to protect Sasuke and massacre the clan, right? This is a decision we can sympathize with and some can put themselves in his shoes. Kashin Koji is the same. I myself can understand what he is doing. He has to be a spy within Kara to help make sure Jigen is defeated, otherwise the heroes would have no chance on winning. Koji believes that Jigen is a bigger threat to the world, that more so than the ninja way. Therefore he believes his decisions are correct because it will be justified. Jigen himself, he has a freaking 10 tails as a pet. This is Jigen. So that's why when you create an anti-hero such as Itachi or Kashin Koji, it's crucial to craft a comprehensive moral code for them. For example, what is their philosophy or beliefs? What do they intend to do? In Boruto chapter 23, where Koji allows Boruto to go meet Kawaki, Koji only did this so that he can gather more intel on the karma seal. He witnesses Boruto meet Kawaki, but Koji knew the whole time where Kawaki was. This is because in Boruto chapter 24 page 33, once Boruto shows his karma to Kawaki, Koji states, "To karma, well then, what's going to happen?" Therefore, again, Koji manipulated this scenario just to gather more intel to help defeat Jigen. However, as I mentioned, since Delta was sent, Koji has to play up his act of being an inner Kara member. He literally admits it to Delta. "Too bad you don't seem to have much faith in me." So even the other Kara members don't seem to trust Koji. Again, very similar to Itachi Uchiha, but Koji looks like Jiraiya and has the same abilities. We can tell that Koji's philosophy is that finding the answer to defeat Jigen is the bigger picture, and the world needs to be saved no matter the sacrifices, because if Jigen wins, the worst freaking outcome will happen. Think about it. Koji killed an outer member of Kara for his own agenda. He even felt sorry he had to kill Konohamaru. When we move forward to Boruto chapter 25 page 32, Kashin Koji sees the results of two karma. Boruto absorbs jutsu and resonates with Kawaki. Both Boruto and Kawaki have a feeling where they can trigger each other's markings. It's something new the inner members probably have never seen. So Koji states in this chapter, witnessing this, to karma, there's no mistaking it. They were definitely in resonance. So this is the reason why Jigen was so fixated on Kawaki. I need more information. So keep in mind at the same time, the reason why Kashin Koji is making these decisions is because all this time his character already knows that Jigen is an alien. So Konoha only just found out this information in chapter 35 with Sasuke going to the other dimension and seeing Jigen for himself. Kashin Koji has information and a perspective that we do not have knowledge of. And as a writer, this is what makes him compelling and amazing to have on screen. So since Kashin Koji had decided that he wanted more information on the karma after witnessing the resonance per se, he then makes the decision to protect the Konoha shinobi by lying to Delta to not get involved with them, because Delta wanted to kidnap them and destroy them, right? But he makes up a lie to Delta that they should allow Boruto to take Kawaki back to Konoha so that the Kara organization can gather more information and prevent themselves from leaking anything to them. But this is all a facade. He's lying so that Koji himself can gather information to find Jigen's weakness. For example, he even goes on to point out that the information got leaked during the blimp crash and they should not want something like that to happen again, as a reference point to Delta to convince her, right? Now this is an interesting thing because Kashin Koji, just like he manipulated the situation for Boruto's karma to meet Kawaki's karma and interact, he may have also manipulated this very situation by being the one that put the information there on the blimp in the first place. In Boruto chapter 35, Sai says to Shikamaru that the information on the blimp are coordinates, but the data was so literal that it seems as though it was a trap. It was as if someone was trying to tell them the information on purpose. This all points towards Kashin Koji. He must be the one leaving clues for Konoha to get involved and help take down Jigen. Kara, for example, knows about Naruto and Sasuke's power and how they defeated Momoshiki. This means that Koji would also know that Sasuke has the Rinnegan and dimensional powers. Koji's character is thinking that if he leaks this information to Konoha, the only choice would of course be Sasuke, that he will be chosen to go because he has time dimensional powers like Jigen. Kashin Koji most likely does not have these dimensional powers, therefore he needed Sasuke to visit Jigen's Otsutsuki's realm and gather more intel on what exactly is going on. Koji is trying to help them and manipulate them at the same time for his own agenda. Sasuke will now inform Naruto on what's going on, of course, and they will investigate more information on Boruto, in which they are literally doing so right now by the end of the chapter, therefore in the end helping Kashin Koji, and he manipulated everything. He is playing two sides of the coin at the same time perfectly, just like Itachi Uchiha. Now let me provide even more evidence to this foreshadowing. In manga chapter 21 page 10, Kashin Koji meets Ao, who is fighting Boruto and his team, right? Kashin Koji states to Ao, perhaps it's only a matter of time before they get wind of the vessel, which we know the vessel is Kawaki. Ao reacts in a manner and states, wait, so what do you mean? And he's really suspicious about it. So this basically foreshadows the idea that yet again, Kashin Koji is a spy and he is the one that planted the evidence for Konoha to find out, and they deciphered it in Boruto chapter 35. This is all before the characters even know what is going on. Koji has manipulated every single situation for his benefit, just like Itachi Uchiha did for Sasuke. Why would Koji's character insinuate the idea to Ao anyway that Konoha is gonna find out about the vessel anyway, before he even found out that Boruto has a karma seal too? He also killed Ao after Boruto did not finish him off, because he had to make sure no information got leaked about what he was planning to the other Kara members. He cannot trust Ao, so he killed him. The next time we see Kashin Koji in the manga is what I informed you guys before. He does not set off Konoha's chakra detection system and leaves Delta behind. He does this because, as I said, he wants to gather more information on the karma, since he admits later on in chapter 30 that he is looking forward to Kawaki and Boruto sparring. Koji knows Jigen's ability for himself. He probably has witnessed it. He knows how powerful he is and how he can't take him on his own. No one can. For example, in Boruto chapter 30, when Koji witnesses Naruto, Kawaki and Boruto sparring, when Boruto and Kawaki resonate once again and then Momoshiki appears to haunt Boruto, Koji reacts and states, What's going on? Surely by now Boruto's wound has healed, perhaps unconsciously and not intentionally. Was that power because of karma, or was it a special trait of Boruto himself? But at this point I can't make any conclusions. However, he has the same power as Jigen. That guy will be bothersome. Now obviously the writers of Boruto do not want to explicitly state here that Kashin Koji might be a good guy. That's why they leave these statements so ambiguous and make Koji state to Boruto that he will be bothersome. I mean, what does this even mean? It's not much. But basically this confirms Kashin Koji has knowledge of Jigen's abilities and that he can auto-heal himself. This is why it's so important for him to find out more intel to find his weakness. That's why later on in the manga, when Naruto vs Delta happens, Koji says that although Naruto is powerful, he is not enough to defeat Jigen. The real person to find the weakness is Boruto with his karma powers. So basically from what I have said so far, you pretty much now understand Kashin Koji's character. He is just like Itachi. He has a secret agenda that we do not know of yet. He is kind of like an anti-hero. Kashin Koji's agenda is to find intel on the karma to create a weakness to defeat Jigen. But at the same time, he's trying to maintain his position as an inner Kara member and serving him. He's probably doing a lot of evil stuff just like Itachi did, where he had to keep up this facade in the Akatsuki, and the characters in Kara themselves, even in chapter 34, are starting to question Koji's actions. For instance, Delta snitched up on Kashin Koji to Jigen on what he did, and now he has to report to him on why he made those choices. I'm pretty sure Koji will come up with something mischievous to win his trust, such as giving up intel on Konoha, and that will let Jigen gather intel on Naruto, vice versa. He has to play the double agent spy. So Kashin Koji's current appearance is simply an illusion to deceive everyone around him, as well as us the readers. The name itself is based on a magician in folklore who was known for deceiving people, and we all know how Kishimoto loves using literal names for his character that represents them. In anime, when you want to build up an anti-hero character, you need to put that character in situations in which there is no perfect answer. For example, Itachi with his situation to either stop a war from happening or saving the Uchiha clan. The anti-hero is usually someone that has a different ideology from their peers, but they have been designed in a manner by the writer to be able to make these decisions that other characters cannot. Again, Itachi was someone that fought like a Hokage by the age of 7. He believed in true peace. Kashin Koji is following these same footsteps. He is probably going to be an anti-hero in the future of Boruto, where his agenda will be because of a certain past that he was subjugated to and that the other characters do not understand yet. I mean, think about it. We all now understand why Itachi did what he did, but why has Kashin Koji decided to betray Jigen? Something obviously has happened to cause this. The anti-hero characters in anime are often neither good or evil people because they always have great qualities that balance out the darkness of their actions. They are usually the most complex characters written since they are flawed, and this is what results in them being the best and the most popular because we as humans are flawed ourselves. So we all learn from our mistakes, and life is a journey in which we self-improve ourselves just like the anti-hero characters. Itachi, for example, realized his mistakes in the end and he apologized to Sasuke. He admitted to Sasuke that he should not have lied and told him the truth. So I'm predicting it right now. Kashin Koji is also a mysterious character that will have a flawed past or a mistake, and I mean, he is in Kara for God's sake. He has probably made some choices that are evil to maintain his position as an inner Kara member, but he could also be related to Jiraiya, and that's why they have the same abilities and same appearance. Anything could be possible, but if I was the writer of Boruto, that is what I would do. So if you're wondering why and how Kashin Koji looks like Jiraiya with the same abilities, please make sure go watch our previous video regarding this topic, as I will link it below. Basically, my whole point of this video is that Kashin Koji is just like Itachi. Like, Itachi did not tell the whole truth to Naruto on what his whole agenda was until the time was right. He also implemented the crow in Naruto, for example, to make sure Sasuke will protect Konoha, but that didn't work out right. Kashin is the same. He does not want to give away his position in Kara, and but he's giving away his knowledge on Jigen when the time is right. In Boruto chapter 24, page 5, Jigen states himself that Kashin Koji is an outstanding person with a great mind and he is loyal to the mission. So this tells us that Kashin Koji somehow got Jigen's trust and respect. he must have got some admiration from doing his task, right? So this will be revealed with the backstory, and the plot twist will occur. It will blow our freaking minds, and I'm gonna love it. So hopefully I explained myself properly and you understood his agenda and his character. I love him. I think he's top 5 best new character in Boruto. Let me know your questions you have on Twitter, Instagram, or in the comments, and let me know what topics you want me to discuss in the future, and I'll see you guys next time.